Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jayo Jagannatha 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 Jayo Jagannatha Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, sorry. Jayo Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jayo Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Sorry for making errors, Mataji. I'm actually new to doing kirtans.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So first of all, I'll inform you that our regular speaker is at hospital because of some emergency. So I'm the one who is going to cover today's shlokas from 26 to 29, though I'm not at all prepared because just now I also came to know about it. But yes, because we should not leave Shrimad Bhagavatam and the flow should go on, right? So because of that, I've decided to take these shlokas, though I have no idea. I'm not prepared. I haven't even seen the purports and the shlokas. So, but yes, by Krishna's mercy and Guru Maharaj's mercy, I'll try to cover. So first we'll do the prayers. Om Ajnantimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nashta Prayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate kirim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dina Tarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Krishna Krishna Shrimate Japataka Swami Nitinamne Namachari Patani Taik Prabhavani Gaur Katha Dhamma Gravrita. Hari Bol.
Mataji, do you need any help in sharing of screen? You can make me.
Mataji, I'm going to share the screen. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you so much.
Any help you need, you let me.
Sure, Mataji. Okay. Yeah. So, yesterday we have did till 25, and Prabhu has very elaborately he explained and very clearly he explains that what are the qualifications of a devotee and what are the qualifications of a disciple. So what is the qualification? The first and foremost qualification is that we have to be inquisitive. And Prabhu also pointed out a very, very important point, which is the questions should be relevant. Anyone can ask question, but the questions should be relevant. So these were two takeaway points for me also in yesterday's session. Now we'll start with the 26. So today we have to complete from 26 to 29. So shloka numbers are less, but we will see what all is there, which Shukadev Goswami is going to tell us. I'll request Anasuya Mataji. So Anasuya Mataji, first I will recite the whole shloka and then after you can recite once.
Okay, Mataji. Correct.
Dame sava parayanti brahman anashanadami pibato chuta piyusham tadvakya abdhi vinisritam.
Dame sava parayanti brahman anashanadami pibato chuta piyusham tadvakya abdhi vinisritam.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So this is a good habit actually. Yesterday, Prabhu also did that we have to read the synonyms because our acharyas even, means mainly Srila Prabhupada, he had given us everything and all the each and every word of Shrimad Bhagavatam. We should give respect and we should not miss. So what we'll do is we'll read the synonyms also. Anasuya Mataji, can you read the synonyms?
Yeah, yes, Mataji, thank you.
Yeah.
Synonyms by Srila Prabhupada. None other, me, mine, asavaha, life, parayanti, becomes exhausted, Brahman, O learned Brahmana, anashanatami, because of fasting, pibata, because of my drinking, achyuta, of the infallible, piyusham, nectar, tat, your, vakyabdhi, ocean of speech, vinisrutam, flowing down from. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Vasudha Mataji, can you read the translation?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Translation, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. O learned Brahmana, because of my drinking the nectar of the message of the infallible personality of Godhead, which is flowing down from the ocean of your speeches, I do not feel any sort of exhaustion due to my fasting. Hare Krishna.
So who is saying this? Who's the speaker?
Parikshit Maharaj is telling.
Haribol. So Parikshit Maharaj is saying, because he is fasting, we all know that of 7 days. So he is saying that why he doesn't feel any hunger or any thirst. What is the reason?
Because he is hearing to the nectar of
the personality of the
nectar from Sukadev.
Nectar of Shrimad Bhagavatam and nectar of the message of the infallible personality of Godhead. So this is the reason he doesn't even feel that he is hungry, he is fasting, or he is sitting on such a, means he has taken such an oath or vow, and he is really relishing it. So day by day he's relishing, and because of, and how we can understand that he is relishing? Because his questions are again and again he is asking, and this will not happen, means this is not happening just now here. It is happening throughout the Bhagavatam. That Parikshit Maharaj is asking again and again that I want to know about this, I want to know about that, and all the questions are relevant. Like Prabhu said, that, okay, this part is completed. Now, whatever you have told me, now from that also he's taking up the questions and he wants to know more about the personality of Godhead. So this is how Parikshit Maharaj is saying that he has no hunger and he has no thirst. So there is nothing he need to quench his thirst. There is nothing he need to satisfy his hunger. What he wants right now to hear more and more from the holy mouth of Srila Shukadeva Goswami. Okay, so purport, Shanti Ramachandran Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The disciplic succession from Brahma, Narada, Vyasa, and Sukadeva Goswami is particularly different from others. The disciplic successions from other sages are simply a waste of time, being devoid of Achyuta Katha, or the message of the infallible Lord. The mental speculators can present their theories very nicely by reason and arguments, but such reasons and arguments are not infallible, for they are defeated by better mental speculators. Maharaja Parikshit was not interested in the dry speculation of the flickering mind, but he was interested in the topics of the Lord because factually he felt that by hearing such a nectarian message from the mouth of Sukadeva Goswami, he was not feeling any exhaustion. Continue, Mataji.
Yeah, just a minute, Mother, just a minute. So here, even yesterday, Prabhu was also saying that when it came about the Gautama, the Rishis, different theories, Patanjali, and different theories, different philosophies rather. So Prabhu also said that these philosophy, because people are speculating. People are speculating with their limited mind and from their limited mind. So because the mind itself is conditioned, because we all living entities living here are conditioned. So because of that, because of limited understanding, we cannot able to even prepare the philosophy properly or even present the philosophy properly. So that's the reason the shloka came that directly from Brahma, the disciplic succession or the parampara is coming. And from that parampara only Shukadev Goswami has taken the nectar and giving it to Parikshit Maharaj. So there is no need of the dry speculation or dry philosophies. What is needed that we should know about the personality of Godhead in the same parampara, which we are doing. Like we are also coming in the same parampara. This Gaudiya Sampradaya is coming in. What is the parampara name? It's Madhava Brahma, Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya. Right? So Haribol, someone is unmuted. I'll make... Meenakshi Mataji, I made you a co-host. Haribol. Yeah, yes, Mataji. So you can read the second paragraph.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. One can indulge in hearing the mental speculators, but such hearing cannot endure for any length of time. One will be exhausted very soon from hearing such hacken ways of thinking, and no one in the world can be satisfied simply by hearing such useless speculations. The message of the Lord, especially from a personality like Sukadeva Goswami, can never be tiring, even though one may be exhausted from other causes. In some editions of Shrimad Bhagavatam, the text of the last line of this verse reads, Anyatra kupitat vijat, which means that the king might be overwhelmed by the thought of his imminent death by snake bite. Okay, sorry. The snake is also twice born, and its anger is compared to the cursing Brahmana boy who was without good intelligence. Maharaja Parikshit was not at all afraid of death, for he was fully encouraged by the message of the Lord. One who is fully absorbed in Achyuta Katha can never be afraid of anything in this world. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is the snake is also twice born, and its anger is compared to the cursing Brahmana boy who was without good intelligence. So here they are comparing that this Brahmana boy, because he didn't have the sufficient knowledge or how to react on a particular situation. Because of that, he gave this curse to Parikshit Maharaj. What was the name of the Brahmana boy?
Shringi.
Yes, Shringi. So Shringi was the one who was a boy only. He was a mere boy. But because he could not able to control his anger, and because he had given this curse to Parikshit Maharaj, it is as good as like a snake. Snake also has this poison, right? We say, no, that we say in Hindi, there is a saying, asteen ka sang, means the person who is very dear to you. He is maybe very good to you, and maybe you know him from a very long time, but he has some, bitterness about you in his heart, though he is not showing it on your face. So this is what is compared with the intellect of the Brahmana boy, the nature of the snake. So, and before that, in the second paragraph, Prabhupada is saying that the same topic, what we were talking about, that all the personalities who have given this all, mental speculation or the philosophies, those are not to give any, importance, because it is all a dry kind of speculation or dry kind of philosophy. But the message of the Lord, and especially the message which is coming from the Shukadev Goswami, is the message which you will hear and you will never be tired, like Parikshit Maharaj, and which will not make you any exhaustion or any boredom. And this is the message which is giving you, or giving your soul, the food and the water, and because of which Parikshit Maharaj is also not getting any thirst or hunger, and he is satisfying everything from the message of Shrimad Bhagavatam, which is coming from Shukadev Goswami. So we'll go to the next shloka and check what is there.
Mataji, Hare Krishna. Why do they say the snake is twice born?
Twice born, as much as I can understand here, Mataji, because it is compared to the cursing Brahmana born. So Brahmanas are always twice born, because this samskara and all, when it happened, as much as I understood, this is because of that, because the comparison is happening here.
Mataji, also snake sheds its skin, no?
Yeah, that's also right. Snake sheds its skin. So that is also the reason why it is twice born. Just a minute. Next shloka. Suta uvacha sa upamantrito ragya kathayamiti satpatehi brahmarato bhrisham prito vishnurate na samsadi. Deepa Mataji. Okay, Ramakrishna Prabhu.
Mataji, I'm here, sorry.
Oh,
I
okay.
was not able to unmute. Yeah.
Okay.
Suta uvacha sa upamantrito ragya kathayamiti satpate brahmarato bhrisham prito vishnurate na samshadi.
Synonyms, Mataji?
Synonyms. Suta uvacha, Srila Sutta Goswami said, Saha, he, Sukdev Goswami, upamantrita, thus being inquired, Ragya, by the king, Kathayam, in the topics, Iti, thus, Satpate, of the highest truth, Brahmarata, Sukdev Goswami, Drisham, very much, Prita, pleased, Vishnuratena, by Maharaj Parikshit, Samsadi, in the meaning.
Meeting. In the meeting. Okay. Translation, Ramakrishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Translation. Suta Goswami said, thus Sukadeva Goswami, being invited by Maharaja Parikshit to speak on topics of the Lord Sri Krishna with the devotees, was very much pleased. Purport by Srila Prabhupada.
Just a minute, Prabhu. Just a minute. Yeah. So now the speaker is changed. Now the Suta Goswami is telling it to Shaunakadi Rishi that Shukadev Goswami, thus being invited by Maharaj Parikshit to speak on topics of Lord Shri Krishna with the devotees, was very much pleased. So Shukadev Goswami was very much pleased. Why he's pleased? What is the reason?
Mataji,
Because-
Hare Krishna, because Sukadev Goswami will get to glorify the Lord again as he is going to speak.
True. Yeah, correct. So all the devotees of the Lord, what do they want? What do they want? They want always to glorify the Lord. And I can tell you this with my practical experience that yesterday the Prabhu came, His Grace Parmeshwar God Prabhu. I've seen him because he's my Shiksha Guru. I've seen him. He is never ever talking about anything else than Krishna. Always he talks about Krishna, always he talks about either, whenever he was seeing us, that time we were very new in Krishna consciousness. So we were learning shlokas and all. And whenever he was seeing us in Balotsav or something, or the Natkhat Mela or anywhere, any program, Mataji, come here. Now tell me that shloka. So it was like that. It's too much into, means Prabhu is totally into Krishna consciousness. Even some, like once I remember my Prabhu only asked, Prabhu, at least in your office, you are talking about something here and there apart from Krishna. He said, no, Prabhu, I have one person. He is, of course, he's following Islam, and I'm following this Sanatan Dharma. But we both talking about our Lords and the common, teachings of the Lords. And that's how I try to, even when I talk in my office, I try to talk about, our means talking about Lord. So that's what is the nature of a devotee. And there are many such devotees. I am just giving you one example. There are many such devotees who are only and only talking about, even now in a present day, we are not talking about, the day where Suta Goswami, Shukadev Goswami, the time of the time of end of Dwapar Yuga and in starting of Kali Yuga. I am talking about now, very now, means this time. So there are many such devotees who are always talking about Krishna only. Where they are in office, whether they are in office or they are at home or they are at, some kind of gatherings. So that's why Shukadev Goswami was also very pleased, and Shukadev Goswami is also pleased because he got a person, a disciple or a shishya who is so inquisitive to know about Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the ultimate winning position, or not a winning position, but a very, very happiest moment in the life of a guru, when he gets such a disciple. Like Srila Prabhupada told in his preface of Bhagavad Gita, if one pure devotee, I would able to make one pure devotee. But how many pure devotees Srila Prabhupada had made, right? So that is the very happy moment for a guru, or for a person, or for the speaker, when the right candidate is listening to him, or right candidate is hearing the katha. So that's why Srila Shukadev Goswami is very much pleased. Now we will see that what is there in purport and what Prabhupada had told. Nirmala Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Before going to purport, I have one small doubt, Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji.
Mataji, it is said Brahmarata Shukadev Goswami. I did not able to understand that point, Mataji. In the synonyms. Vishnurata, I got that one. Brahmarata Shukadev Goswami.
Okay. Mataji, this I also don't know. I will let you know when there is my next class, right? I'll ask it from someone and will give you the answer. Brahmarata I've heard, but I'm not getting the exact point that why this is Shukadev Goswami. I've heard it, I'm pretty sure, but can't answer you right now.
Mataji, it could be because he was originally an impersonalist. But it's better to verify with a
source. Better to confirm it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Nirmala Mataji, I'll give you the answer.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shrimad Bhagavatam can be legitimately discussed only among the devotees of the Lord, as the Bhagavad Gita was authoritatively discussed between Lord Krishna and Arjuna, the Lord and the devotee respectively. Similarly, Shrimad Bhagavatam, which is the postgraduate study of the Bhagavad Gita, can also be discussed between the scholars and devotees like Sukadeva Goswami and Maharaja Parikshit. Otherwise, the real taste of the nectar cannot be relished. Sukadeva Goswami was pleased with Maharaja Parikshit because he was not at all tired of hearing the topics of the Lord and was more and more anxious to hear them on and on with interest. Foolish interpreters unnecessarily tackle the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam when they have no access to the subject matter. There is no use of non-devotees meddling with the two topmost Vedic literatures, and therefore Sankaracharya did not touch Srimad Bhagavatam for commentation. In his commentation on the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Bhada Sankaracharya accepted Lord Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but later on commented from the impersonalist view. But being conscious of his position, he did not comment on the Srimad Bhagavatam. Can I continue, Mataji?
Nee, just a minute, Nirmala Mataji.
Okay.
Yeah. So here there is one thing that if the guru or the teacher is very qualified, the student should also be on the same level. Suppose a teacher is taking the classes of postgraduate people, and the student is not even on the postgraduate level, not even the graduate level. Will he understand? Will he understand that what are the instructions given to him, or what is the lecture was, or what was the lecture about? He won't understand anything. So here we can see that Shukadev Goswami is the perfect speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam, and Parikshit Maharaj was the perfect listener of Srimad Bhagavatam. So he could able to understand, grasp, and at the same time asking the correct questions. So this is very, very necessary. So that's why when Prabhupada said this, that this is the intermediate study and the postgraduate study, or the graduate study and the postgraduate is this, and then after there is Chaitanya Charitamrita, and then after there are the Vaishnava bhajans, right? So the Vaishnava bhajans are also very important to understand. There is also one study to understand or to actually get the message of those Vaishnava bhajans, written by different acharyas, written by Bilba Mangala Thakur, written by Narottam Das Thakur, written by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and there are so many. So so this is why we should always read Bhagavad Gita before going or reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So first, at least if you have not attended any class or any sessions on Bhagavad Gita, you just can read Bhagavad Gita on your own. So don't wait to start some session. Later on, whenever the session will start, you can definitely join it. But at least read Bhagavad Gita. You will understand Srimad Bhagavatam even more, clearly. This is the reason there are all this Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, and Bhakti Vaibhav also has two separate parts. Bhakti Vaibhav and Bhakti, what is the next one?
Vedanta.
Bhakti Vaibhav is 1 to how many cantos?
1 to 6, Mataji.
Right, 1 to 6. And then after?
Next step, I don't know. Maybe it is Bhakti Sarvabhauma when all the cantos, but I am not sure.
No, not Sarvabhauma, Mataji.
Vedanta.
So, yeah,
Bhakti
Sarvabhauma.
Vedanta. Okay.
Haribol? Someone is saying something.
Suma Mataji said Bhakti Vedanta.
Yes, Bhakti Vedanta. And then after the Chaitanya Charitamrita studies there. That is Bhakti Sarvabhauma, if I'm not wrong. Right? So that is the reason, because when we were doing Chaitanya Charitamrita classes, we understood that Chaitanya Charitamrita is, maybe it is, for others, it looks like that it is a simple, story of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whatever pastimes he did. But no, when you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, you saw that how much, deep philosophy of bhakti is given. An actual understanding of bhakti, actual understanding of devotion, we get from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this is the reason these all steps are there, so that we can understand the concepts at the right time or at the right level, right? If before, first of all, when I have entered into Krishna consciousness, and suppose I'm very much attracted to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and I'll decide to read Chaitanya Charitamrita, I'll read Chaitanya Charitamrita, but I will not get the essence of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Maybe I'll be attracted to the stories of Shrimad Bhagavatam, I'll read Shrimad Bhagavatam, but I'll not get the essence of Shrimad Bhagavatam. It's not that now we are getting all the essence. We know that even after reading the purports, we cannot understand the way Maharajas or the senior Prabhus are understanding. Each time they can give you the new lecture from the same shloka. So this is the ability of a devotee. This is the ability of, ability is also Krishna. So yesterday I was hearing one Kirtan. What is that Mataji's name? She's very young. Kumari Mayuri Mataji. She's in, I think, somewhere in US, New York or somewhere. And her Kirtan was seriously mesmerizing. Very, very beautiful Kirtan. She has a nice voice also. So when I was thinking, this is the tendency of a human being, right? I think, oh, how nicely, how beautiful she's singing. I also want to sing like that. Then I thought, no, see, Krishna is saying that who am I in a person? The ability of the person. So this is the ability of Mataji. And this ability is Krishna, that she can do the Kirtan. The whole hall was, everyone was mesmerized. Everyone. Even she was the I think, disciple of His Holiness Indradyumna Swami Maharaj. So Indradyumna Swami Maharaj also came onto the stage and sat next to Mataji. So it was that good. So yes, so it's just that we have to understand the things at the right time, and because of that, all these steps has been made. So we should read Bhagavad Gita before reading Shrimad Bhagavatam. And then after Shrimad Bhagavatam, we should, come to the level of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Even while reading Bhagavatam, also we can read Chaitanya Charitamrita. But Chaitanya Charitamrita, you can read number of times. Once, I think Amog Leela Prabhu, His Grace Amog Leela Prabhu asked His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj that, Maharaj, there was a lecture, so I was hearing it. So he said, Maharaj, you have so much immense love for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How come? So he said that I have read Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Chaitanya Charitamrita gave me that love towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So you have to read Chaitanya Charitamrita. He said, okay, Maharaj. So he said, but how many times? Maharaj said, aise, mazak mein, like in joke, he said, how many times, So Amog Leela Prabhu said, how many times, Maharaj? So he thought that, okay, 5 times, 4 times, 2 times. Maharaj said, 108 times, 108 times. And then you will get this love towards, this much love towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So these scriptures are amazing. Means we can, each time we can read, and each time we can relish, each time we can understand new things, and each time we can have the different realizations. So Prabhupada is also pointing out here about Shripad Shankaracharya. So Shankaracharya, we all know that why he came, what was the reason, right? Till now we have understood, we have heard it so many times, because of that, the voidism or the philosophy of Gautam Buddha. And they have condemned all the Vedas to establish the Vedas again. Shripad Shankaracharya came. But like we cannot
Don't walk away.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Okay. So because a person who is in 5th grade or 4th grade cannot understand the things which are there in graduation, similarly, then at that time, people were not on a right the mental status to accept, total Supreme Personality of Godhead and their form of the Godhead and everything. So because of that, there was a bridge type of thing has been made by Sripad Shankaracharya. So that is the reason Prabhupada is saying that he never commented on Shrimad Bhagavatam. So because Shrimad Bhagavatam is totally about Krishna, about the Supreme Personality of Godhead and about his forms. So next, the last part is from Brahmarata and no one else. Okay, the last line. It is clear also in this connection that a Vishnurata should hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Brahmarata and no one else, because others misrepresent the transcendental knowledge and thus spoil one's valuable time. So Brahmarata is not, I think, Deepa Mataji, the thing which you were saying, because Srimad Bhagavatam, if a Brahmarata is saying and we should hear Srila Prabhupada is saying, then it cannot be only the people of Brahman realization, never. So
Yes,
I'll let you know, Nirmala Mataji, about it.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, the last paragraph is clearing the other Mataji's doubt. It says Srila Sukadeva was protected by Lord Krishna by Brahma-Vivarta Puran, and therefore he is known as Brahmarata. And
the first line,
was protected by Vishnu, and thus he is known as Vishnurata. Hare Krishna Mataji.
So the first line is clearing the doubt.
Can you read this, Mataji?
Nirmala Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji, yes.
Srila Sukadeva Goswami was protected by Lord Krishna, that is, wide Brahma Vivarta Puran. And therefore he is known as Brahmarata. And Sriman Parikshit Maharaja was protected by Vishnu, and thus he is known as Vishnurata. As devotees of the Lord, they are always protected by the Lord. It is clear also in this connection that Vishnurata should hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Brahmarata and no one else, because others misrepresent the transcendental knowledge and thus spoil one's valuable time. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So see, Prabhupada is giving us all the answers. So yes, so who is the Brahmarata? The one who is protected by Lord Krishna. And that's why the last line is there, that he has to just a minute, Mataji. He has to hear from the Brahmarata. Means Vishnurata should hear from Brahmarata. So clear. Okay, now the 28 and next 29. Okay, so we'll go now fast. Praha Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Sammitam Brahmane Bhagavat Proktam Brahma Kalpa Upagate. Vandana Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna everyone. Praha Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Sammitam Brahmane Bhagavat Proktam Brahma Kalpa Upagate. Synonyms also.
Yeah.
Synonyms by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Praha, he said, Bhagavatam, the science of the personality of Godhead, Nama, of the name, Puranam, the supplement of the Vedas, Brahma Samitam, just in pursuance of the Vedas, Brahmane, unto Lord Brahma, Bhagavat Proktam was spoken by the personality of Godhead, Brahma Kalpe, the millennium in which Brahma was first generated, Upagate, just in the beginning. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, next is Prashanti Mataji can read translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Translation by Prabhupada ki jai. He began to reply to the inquiries of Maharaja Parikshit by saying that the science of the personality of Godhead was spoken first by the Lord himself to Brahma when he was first born. Srimad Bhagavatam is the supplementary Vedic literature and it is just in pursuance of the Vedas. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Shall I read Mataji?
Yeah, Mataji. Go ahead.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shrimad Bhagavatam is the science of the personality of Godhead. The impersonalists always try to misrepresent the personal feature of the Lord, not knowing the science of this great knowledge. And Srimad Bhagavatam is in the pursuance of the Vedas and scientific knowledge of the personality of Godhead. To learn this science, one should take shelter of the representative of Sri Shukadeva and follow in the footsteps of the Maharaja Parikshit, without foolishly attempting to interpret, thereby committing a great offense at the feet of the Lord. The dangerous ways of interpretations by the non-devotee class of men have played havoc in understanding the Srimad Bhagavatam, and the careful student should be always alert in this matter if he at all wants to learn the science of Godhead. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji. So this is the actually, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said, see, if someone wants to establish their sampradaya, so how to establish the sampradaya? They have to write the commentary on Vedanta Sutra. And when it is accepted by all the other panditas or the important people of other sampradayas, that sampradaya can be established. So this is the way. Now, Srila means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because after, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this sampradaya had got this name, Gaudiya Sampradaya, right? No? So Radha and Krishna worship, all that started. So because of, means Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never said that, there is any need of writing this Vedanta Sutra, commentary on Vedanta Sutra. The reason being, he said there is the essence of all the Vedas is Srimad Bhagavatam. So he gave full importance or full importance on Srimad Bhagavatam. And this is the reason we are also following the same principle. Later on, the things were different. Maybe I'll let you some time later. But yeah, that was even the statement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it's written here, Srimad Bhagavatam is in pursuance of the Vedas and scientific knowledge of the personality of Godhead. So Prabhupada is saying here that the dangerous ways of interpretations by the non-devotee class of men have played havoc in understanding the Srimad Bhagavatam. Because this is very difficult for a person who doesn't believe on the form of the Lord, and he is speaking on the scripture, which is full about the form of the Lord. Right. So it is very difficult for them to understand, because those people, and even the people who understand the form of the Lord, they are the personalist. Then also they don't understand the exact purpose or exact meanings of Srimad Bhagavatam or the shlokas. So sometimes there are many such people who mislead the innocent public. So once I've heard in Srila Prabhupada's lectures, one of the lecture that Srila Prabhupada, I think he was saying on himself, or maybe someone asked him a question, that how to understand that this person is the right person. I should hear from this person only. How will you understand? Suppose I have no idea about Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and I've never heard about it much. So how will I come to know that who's the right person, whom I should follow? So Srila Prabhupada gave the answer that the person who is only talking about Krishna or Bhagavan, who's not talking about, other several things, but talking about Bhagavan only, and also he is following the scriptures, that is the person whom you should follow. So the first step we can follow, right? The person who is talking about Bhagavan, who is not talking about different things. I don't know, I have never heard about, I heard different people giving discourses apart from Krishna consciousness, apart from ISKCON. But yes, from here and there, I hear from other people. they are, talking about all the things. They are talking about all the moralities. They are talking about all the, like what we were reading in, I remember in my moral science subject, that moral science is nowadays, they are making it up as a religion, right? Following all the things. You have to help others, you have to do this, you have to do this. Okay, fine. That is all good. Devotees are also doing that. But you should also get the knowledge of the Lord. You should also at least first get the knowledge. Relationship and all those things are very, higher level. I know that I am at least not on that level, but at least you should get the knowledge about the Lord. Sorry. So this is why people are getting disturbed. People are getting so many different things in this world, and they are following also, but they don't know that what is actual, goal or actual, giving, sense of this life. They don't know how to do that. They don't know that. And blindly they are, simply they are following. And Krishna is also saying that however and wherever you want to trust, you want to develop your trust, I will give you the same, ability or a same intellect or understanding or intelligence. And that's how we all are so much confused. So not us, but many people are so much confused. So because we don't know what is the science of God. So that's what Prabhupada is saying, that we have to learn it from the right source. And that one more thing, this parampara is also very important. So if at all we can understand and we can come to know about the parampara of the person, that also can give us the exact, idea that this person can at least give me the right knowledge about the Bhagavan, about Lord, about Bhagavan. So that is also one thing. The last shloka of today. Yad yad parikshit rishabhaha pandunam anuprichhati anupurvyena tat sarvam akyatum upachakrame. Next, Padma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Yad yad parikshit rishabha pandunam uparachati anupurvena tat sarvam akyatam upachakrame. Yadyat whatsoever, Parikshit the king, Rishabh the best, Pandunam in the dynasty of Pandu, Anuprachati goes to an inquiry, Anupurvena in the beginning to the end, the beginning to the end, Tat all those, Sarvam Fudi, Akyatam to describe, Upachakrame he just prepared himself. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada.
Just a minute, Mataji, just a minute. Anita Mataji is there. Anita Mataji, you can read translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji, translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. He also prepared himself to reply to all that King Parikshit had inquired from him. Maharaja Parikshit was best in the dynasty of the Pandus, and thus he was able to ask the right questions from the right person. Purport also, Mataji?
Purport also, Mataji. Yeah, read Mataji because we have less time. Yeah, it's small only.
Okay. Hare Krishna. So, purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Maharaja Parikshit asked many questions, some of them very curiously to know things as they are, but it is not necessary for a master to answer them in the order of the disciples' inquiries, one after the other. But Shukadeva Goswami, experienced teacher, answered all the questions in a systematic way as they were received from the chain of disciplic succession. And he answered all of them without exception. Thus, in the Bhakti Vedanta purpose of the second canto, 8th chapter of the Shrimad Bhagavatam, entitled Questions by King Parikshit. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
So Mataji, I just want to mention here, previously I was submitting and trying to speak. So about this Vishnu Ratha, which we saw in the previous verse, I heard in one lecture saying that it is Brahmarata means the best of the Brahmanas and Vishnu Ratha means best of the sages. So that's what I heard in one lecture, Mataji. So I just wanted to tell them.
Yeah, good, Mataji. Yeah. The definition is there also in that purport. Yeah. Okay. So one more view on that. Okay. So now the last verse of today is that now Parikshit Maharaj has inquired. He asked all the questions, and Maharaj Parikshit, that's what it's written here, that Maharaj Parikshit was the best in the dynasty of the Pandus, and thus he was able to ask the right questions from the right person. So he got this opportunity that at the same time when he sat on this and taken this vow that he won't eat and he has left everything, Shukadev Goswami came. And because Krishna already means, obviously Krishna has sent Shukadev Goswami, the best person who can talk about Krishna. And then Maharaj Parikshit asked all the questions. Now Prabhupada is saying that Maharaj Parikshit asked so many questions. Now it is up to the person, up to the speaker, that how he wants to answer his queries, how he wants to answer Parikshit Maharaj. So, and answer them in order of the disciples' inquiries, one after the other, or how he wants to do. So, but Shukadev Goswami, experienced teacher that he was, answered all the questions in a systematic way. So one after another, now maybe you can note down the questions, or maybe you can see the questions, go to the previous, this chapter, come to this chapter, you can see the questions, and accordingly you can get the answers in the next cantos or next chapters. So one by one, Srila Shukadev Goswami is going to give us all the answers. So now it's going to be very, very interesting, because we already know that what are the questions of Parikshit Maharaj. And now this is the time to get the answers of those. So, and Shukadev Goswami answered all the questions without exception. So there is no exception. There is no, skip of the questions. All the questions will be answered in the later chapters. So that we can see. And from Monday, today is Wednesday. Oh, yeah. So from Thursday, we will start a new chapter. That is the 9th chapter, which is answers by citing the Lord's version. And that we will see from tomorrow's speaker. So any questions, any comments, you are very much welcome for that. Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, there are two speakers, Mataji, Shukadeva Goswami and Sukadeva Goswami.
Suta Goswami and Shukadeva Goswami.
Yeah, Suta Goswami. There are two speakers, Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhu. Prabhu, it started Bhagavatam. This is your question, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, so Bhagavatam started with, if you will go to the first chapter, it started with Suta Goswami coming to Naimisharanya and addressing the Shaunak Adi Rishi. Shaunak Adi means there were many rishis, more than 80,000. So in Naimisharanya place, which is there in near to Lucknow, near to my place. So Naimisharanya. And that is how the conversation started. And then now Suta Goswami is, when he started narrating the story, he came to the dialogues between Shukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj, because this was the time when actually Bhagavatam was spoken. Shukadev Goswami, you know the whole story, right? Parikshit Maharaj sat on this fasting, and Shukadev Goswami came and he started asking him questions, and he started giving the answers, and that's how the Bhagavatam is has been compiled, or it means all the question and answers. So there are two speakers. Not only two speakers, there are many speakers in Shrimad Bhagavatam. Like yesterday also Prabhu was saying, in between Narad Muni will also instruct, in between Maitreya Rishi will also come, in between Yudhishthir and Narada Samvad will also come. Many such different sections will come. But originally, Suta Goswami and Shaunak Adi Rishi, and Parikshit Maharaj, Shukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. Yeah, Prabhu.
But as we heard, like initially we heard that like this one, Shukadeva Goswami said, like most of the time Shukadeva Goswami, actually, this Parikshit requested Shukadeva Goswami And Sukadeva Goswami spoke to that Bhagavatam to that Parikshit. Like that only here.
Correct, Prabhu, correct. Because this is the actual Shrimad Bhagavatam is spoken at that time between Shukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. But this whole narration, one other person, Suta Goswami, is telling to Shaunakadi Rishi. So our Shrimad Bhagavatam starts with Suta Goswami, who is sitting at Naimishranya and telling the whole story to Shaunakadi Rishi, the whole this Shrimad Bhagavatam. That's why it started. It starts like that. But in between, the main points will be between Shukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj, because here the main Bhagavatam is going on, means started or however, whatever you say. Okay. So the main is between Parikshit Maharaj and Shukadev Goswami. But the same story, like suppose the story I've heard and I'm telling you that story, right? Okay. And the third person who is going to tell that story, he will say, oh, means Narayani Mataji told me like that. That this happened. And then he will start the whole, narration. So it is, via it is coming to us.
Fine,
only one via actually, Suta Goswami. That's it.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Yeah, is it clear, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
I hope it's not confusing.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Shanti Ramachandran Mataji has some question. Or these were the hands raised for reading. Sorry, I'm confused. You can unmute yourself and ask your question. Okay, fine. So that's it. We will end the session by doing Vaishnava Pranam.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for conducting the session.
Sorry for, I was not prepared at all. I'm so sorry.
No, Mataji, we still got a lot of information.
Very nice class, Mataji.
Blessed Mataji to have you, Mataji.
Whatever it is, all Guru Maharaj's mercy, nothing else, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mataji, without preparation,
without आधा घंटा ऊपर आ जाओ, खाली कल हमने डिस्कस कर लिया है, if you're free.
Yeah, Mataji. Vandana Mataji was saying something.
Yeah. Mataji was saying without preparation and doing homework, you gave such a wonderful session. So I'm imagining that what if you would do homework and prepare, how
nothing, Mataji. It's all, I'm telling you, it's all Guru Maharaj's mercy. Nothing else. I was just praying that Guru Maharaj, please. I'm not saying that I have to speak lots of things and lots of information, but at least whatever I'm seeing, it should be right and in line of Srila Prabhupada's instructions and Guru Maharaj's instructions. That's it, Mataji. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna to all of you. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.